What up? It's your boy James, and I want to share a story with y'all. Um, as you know, I am a old school WWF fan, and I love the Attitude Era. The Attitude Era is what drove me to love professional wrestling. That's what got me started liking the WWF. So, um, here it is, Attitude Era. About that DVD right here. So, what was I finna say? I've been on YouTube and I've been going through a lot of Attitude Era moments, and especially from the year 2000 and 2001. That's when I really became a WWF fan. But in the year 2000, my heart was broken, literally torn out of my chest. And something happened to me that changed my life forever. And I'm gonna show you that story. Um, it was around the time of maybe September of 2000. The great Stone Cold Steve Austin was getting ready to return from his neck surgery. He also was looking for the culprit who ran him over with a car. And I had been following Raw. I had been anticipating that return of Stone Cold Steve Austin, the beer drinking, foul mouth, toughest son of a bitch ever in the WWF. So he was coming back at Unforgiven of 2000 to find out who ran him down with the car. He ended up running into Shane McMahon and Steve Blackman, where he both gave them stunners. Steve Austin was cold. Stone Cold was cold. You wanted to see Stone Cold Steve Austin as well as The Rock, because they was the great. So the week before that, I was watching Monday Night Raw on the USA Network, and they said that Stone Cold Steve Austin will not only be at Unforgiven, he will be at Monday Night Raw, which was 9/25/2000. So I couldn't see Unforgiven, but at least I knew if I got to see Monday Night Raw, I was gonna see Stone Cold Steve Austin the next night. But here to come find out, Raw, the Attitude Era Raw, is leaving the USA Network. And I'm thinking like, oh, where are they going? Where are they going? They moving to TNN. TNN. Oh man. I'm searching through the channels. I'm like, where is TNN? Where is TNN? I gotta see the Rattlesnake. I cannot lose Monday Night Raw. I can't lose it. And we had cable at the time, and apparently TNN was on our cable, and my heart was literally broken, because that was the end of me watching Monday Night Raw for the future. And 9/25/2000 was like a WrestleMania show. This show had it all. And don't you know, I couldn't even watch it because they took their ball and ran to TNN. I don't know why they left the USA Network. I just don't know why, because I couldn't watch WWF anymore. And at that time, I was still in high school. I was on this WWF kick. I was all about the WWF. And I remember crying because I couldn't see Raw anymore. Not just that one Raw, but in foreseeable future. And we couldn't watch SmackDown because we had no UPN. UPN wasn't even on our stations. But we could watch Raw because we had the USA Network. And they took it all away from us. So back to that show. The night that Stone Cold Steve Austin came back to find out, well, it was after Unforgiven 2000. Stone Cold returns. This show was awesome. You can put this show, a whole card, on a WrestleMania card. You can put this show on a WrestleMania card, and man, I missed this show, but I watched it on YouTube, and I finally got to see the whole episode. Stone Cold Steve Austin comes back. The first glass break of the night. Stone Cold comes out. The crowd just goes crazy because they hadn't seen a rattlesnake in a long time, especially on Monday Night Raw. He gets into it with Mick Foley, Kurt Angle, Chris Benoit comes out. Kurt Angle gets on Stone Cold about why he whooped his ass at Unforgiven. Supposedly Austin had attacked Kurt Angle at the Unforgiven pay-per-view in the back because he was looking for who ran him down with the car. Chris Benoit introduces himself to Stone Cold Steve Austin. Kurt Angle takes cheap shots at him. Austin ended up stunning both of them, Benoit and Kurt Angle. Then we got Kane versus Rikishi, the Dudley Boys. We got Bubba Ray versus Taz, and you get all this on the Monday Night Raw, and this is something that you just don't see on WWE today. We get all these main event matches in one. You can arguably say that this was a main event Raw. Then we get a ladder match with Edge and Christian versus the Hardy Boys. Since when do you get all this on one night? You know, and I missed it because I was heartbroken. Chyna unveiled her Playboy cover. She was posing for Playboy. We got our first blood match between Y2J and X-Pac. The Intercontinental Championship was on the line. Eddie Guerrero faced Val Venus. The Rock versus Chris Benoit for the WWF Championship. All of this was on one Monday Night Raw. That's how great the Attitude Era was. But I gotta say that I appreciate what the Attitude Era was because I had to it was really heartbroken because they had took the WWE off of the USA Network right in the middle of me being a diehard fan of the WWE at that time period. Everything was just going right for that company then. Stone Cold had just came back. The Rock was on top of the mountain. Triple H was into it with Kurt Angle about Stephanie McMahon. Chris Benoit was ruthless. Eddie Guerrero and Chyna had just got engaged. And the Hardy Boys was electrifying as ever with the lovely Lita. Rikishi was getting ready to turn heel. Mick Foley was getting into it with Stone Cold because Austin didn't want to listen to him about the investigation of him finding the culprit who ran him down. But I felt like all of that was taken away from me back then. That was the darkest day of my life because from then on I couldn't watch WWF Raw anymore. I couldn't watch it because we didn't have the channel. They had left the USA Network, and they had all those great shows on TNN like Live Wire, and they had WWF Superstars on Saturday nights, but Sunday Night Heat still came on MTV, but that wasn't Raw, you know. But that show was a WrestleMania type card, and for all the kids out there that think that professional wrestling is cool now, you need to wake up. You don't get WrestleMania type matches on Monday Night Raw like that. You can actually put this Edge and Christian versus the Hardy Boys on a WrestleMania. Chris Benoit versus The Rock was on Monday Night Raw. That's how special WWF was. And that was the darkest day of my life because I couldn't watch what I loved anymore, especially with Stone Cold coming back. It was just magic, man, because I wanted to see it so bad. So I just want to thank y'all for listening to that story.